Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak to each and every one of you, and welcome to the Ramadan Expo and especially to the Spa Interactive Cooking Theatre here at the Convention Centre, where we shall be presenting gourmet dishes and easy dishes presented to you by some of our celebrity chefs who will be taking you through to step-by-step instructions as to how to present these dishes very quickly and very easily for the benefit of your family. So please do join us and enjoy.
Next up, as you can see, things are happening here today. We've given giveaways, we had cooking, we're doing all things food and wonderful. I have the single honors to introduce to you the lovely Teresa, who is a bloggist, foodie lover.
That's
there
it.
we go. And she's going to make apparently a healthy version, or so she says, of a no-bake chocolate mousse tart. So talk to us about this. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, this is a family recipe.
Yes.
It's one of my mom's recipes actually, which I've tweaked to make a healthier version so you can feel a little less guilty about enjoying your dessert.
Okay, I have no guilt issues, but yes, I understand.
No, I have no problem with that either. But, yeah, so should we get going?
Yes, please. Tell us, talk to us
okay,
about
so
this tart of yours.
It's a no-bake tart, so
Right.
if you're a bit worried about baking, this one's very, very easy to do.
Is it flop-proof?
Pretty much. I've made it loads and loads of times, and yeah, we've never had a problem. I in fact had a friend who made it who got the eggs completely wrong, and she said it still worked out very well.
Okay.
So
Well,
apparently
that's
it's
great.
flop-proof. All right, so let's start with our base.
Right.
Now this is a gluten-free tart, so I haven't included any flour or anything like that.
So what are you doing? Crushed almonds then?
We've got crushed almonds,
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
which we know are good for us.
Yes, absolutely.
And I've also got some desiccated coconut, which I'm going to throw in there, and some cocoa powder. So you just want to basically mix those up together.
So it's almond powder, coconut, and cocoa.
Cocoa,
we
that's
go.
right.
And
So
that's our base.
completely gluten-free.
Yes.
And just get that mixed up so everything's incorporated. And then we're going to add some melted butter. So if you want to
Melted butter,
pass
here we
me that
go.
one there, thank you. And again, just get it all mixed up, all combined. And when I published this recipe on the blog, I had a question from a reader who said, well, my husband's allergic to nuts, so what can I do
replace it
otherwise?
with almond powder, yes.
So if you prefer not to use nuts, or if you have an allergy, you can use crushed biscuits as well. So simply replace the nuts and coconut with crushed biscuits, and you can use sort of
So
a
then it
plain...
becomes gluten again.
It does, yeah. So that's
but for those who don't have gluten
the compromise.
issues, then the crushed biscuits
Yeah.
will work perfectly well.
And you can customize it. You can use a plain sort of tennis biscuit type base. You can use ginger
Chocolate
biscuits,
biscuit.
chocolate, absolutely
Yes.
anything. And this dessert works brilliantly with all of those. And of course I haven't added any sugar, so it's not a particularly sweet base, but it's very rich and chocolatey, and it just combines so well with that chocolate mousse filling.
It sounds divine. Do we have
texture-wise as
chocolate
well,
fans
so-
in the audience? Woohoo! We
Yay.
do. Okay, so you're in the right place, right?
And there's tasters afterwards, so don't go
Awesome.
anywhere.
So tell us a little bit about your blog.
Okay, so the blog is cupcakesandcouscous.com.
Cupcakesandcouscous.com.
Yes, it started...
Please subscribe.
Please do. You'll get fab new recipes in your inbox every week. And yeah, I started 5 years ago when my daughter just turned 1. I do have a foodie background. Well, for as long as I can remember, I've loved cooking and baking. My mom cooked, my grandmother's cooked. So yeah, it's always kind of been in the family.
And this recipe is on the blog?
It is, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So if you forget about it, you just go onto the
go
blog
on.
and have a look. Search for the recipe, and she'll gladly provide it to you.
That's it. And the blog is a mixture of healthy food and decadent snacks. You know, I believe in balance and moderation.
Absolutely. So we have a bit of everything.
Bit of everything, yes.
Awesome. So now, as you can see on the screen, she's putting the base into
Press
the
it in
tart container.
There we go. So ideally you want to go for a 24 centimeter pie dish. And
Okay.
just press it in there. And then once you've done that, pop it in the fridge and let it set while you make your filling. Oh, I've got a bit of a hole there. There we go.
And that was very quick to make the base to this point.
Very,
okay?
very quick, yeah. Just a matter of throwing it all in a bowl and that's done. Right,
So while that's chilling in the fridge, we do what?
we're going to start on our filling. I'm just going to wipe my hands very quickly. All right, so we've got some chocolate here, and I know you're thinking, oh, chocolate's not very healthy, but I've used...
chocolate's always healthy.
I think
So
a
for
little
those that
bit
just walked in,
is
we're
fine.
making a bakeless chocolate tart, a healthy version.
That's right. So I've used 70% cocoa solids, dark chocolate.
Yes.
So it's, you know, not as high in sugar as other chocolates. You can use any dark chocolate, but this is my favorite. It's just really rich and it makes the flavor so chocolatey and delicious.
Okay, so we're just melting it over
So
boiling
I've done
water.
it over boiling water. So what I usually do is I put the water on to boil, then
Yes.
turn it off, and then put the chocolate on.
So
Otherwise,
it's not
so
melting in rapidly boiling water.
that's exactly right, because you don't want to burn it. And you can see there it's lovely and smooth and good to go. Right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some coffee.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a very small
Coffee.
amount of coffee. It's half a teaspoon. But you'll see when you taste it, it adds such a richness to the flavor. It's really,
Coffee
really good.
complements with chocolate so well.
Exactly, exactly. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon of water.
Into
And I'm
1
gonna mix
teaspoon
that
of
up
coffee?
into half a teaspoon
Half
of
a
coffee.
teaspoon of coffee.
Yeah. And obviously the better quality your coffee is, the
Oh,
stronger
absolutely.
flavor you're going to get.
Absolutely.
I'm going to throw it in here. Now, when I throw the water in, the chocolate is going to get thick and seize a little bit. If this happens to you at home, don't panic. That is what it's meant to look like.
Can you
see
see on the
it's
screen?
sort
It
of
is
thickened
thickening.
up.
You can see
Yeah.
immediately with the water it's thickened
But that
up.
is totally fine. So we're going to set that aside just to cool a little bit.
Right.
And then we're going to whisk up some cream. So I've got a cup of cream here. So other than the chocolate, there really is no sugar in the recipe at all.
And it's healthy sugar because it's about
It's-
more than 70% of chocolate.
Yeah, 70% cocoa solids.
Cocoa, at least,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. So there we go. I actually made this recipe very recently for my family, and it always goes down so well.
I'm sure it's one of those that stolen in a moment.
And the great thing is as well is that you can make it ahead of time. So if you're having a lunch or a dinner, you can do it the day before.
Yes.
Put it in the fridge and then dessert's done. You don't have to worry. So it ticks all the boxes.
It does indeed.
So we're going to whisk this up until it's nice and stiff. And later on, ooh, we're spraying all over the place. So there we go. That's, ooh, wrong way. There we go. So that's looking nice and stiff. Right, you can use the same beaters now to mix your chocolate. So we're going to
All right.
save on washing up.
Oh, it's always a good thing.
Yeah, save water. And don't forget to use your boiling water for your plants and your cistern and whatnot.
Yes, we are water-wise
Save the
in
water.
Cape Town. We save
Ooh,
it every which. Oh, so
Can't
we've
get
gone
this out. Ooh. Need to get a little spoon or something. There we go.
Oh, there.
Oh, it's coming. There we are. Right.
Are we out? There we go.
So, back to our chocolate mixture. This is nice and cool now. You want to let it cool because if you add the eggs into it, they're
They'll
going to cook,
yes.
and that's
we
just
don't want scrambled eggs
not
now.
a good idea. So I'm adding
Right, so we
one
can
whole
see on-
egg
Yes, one whole egg.
and then 2 egg yolks.
So it's one whole egg and 2 egg
Yeah.
yolks. Okay.
And keep the whites. You can use them to make meringues and things like that. So you'll see as I mix it,
It'll
the
become
chocolate will
smooth.
start loosening up. Yeah. So you want to give it a really good mix.
Yeah, get the bottom bits to
Get everything in.
associate. Because they will have slightly hardened now.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, and you can
And
see
you
the
can
lovely
see-
mixture.
I mean, doesn't that look
Absolutely
amazing.
beautiful.
This is one bowl you want to lick, that's for sure. There's going to be fights over this one.
Am I allowed?
We won't judge you.
Thank you.
So I'm just going to
Please join us for this chocolate
scrape
tart.
the edge.
Grab a seat.
There we go. Doesn't that look amazing?
Oh, it looks beautiful and smooth.
Okay. Oh,
It's a lovely
decadence.
shiny texture too.
That's right. Okay, and then
Right.
the last step. I mean, how quick has this been?
It's very
been
quick.
so quick. So this is my favorite spoon for folding in, and it's good to use a metal spoon because you're less likely to get the air out of the cream or knock it out of the cream.
Yes.
So we're going to add our beautiful whipped cream into the chocolate. Like that. Oh, put that there, sorry. And then just gently fold the cream into the chocolate. Like that. And you'll see it'll all start coming together.
And that's mousse.
And that's chocolate mousse.
Voila.
That's right. So easy. And let's just keep mixing. And it's a workout as well, so you can earn your
so you
slice
just
of
go into
chocolate
a
mousse
figure
pie.
8 motion and fold in the cream all of the time.
That's right.
Thank you, Fazlan. I'm just coming to join you here.
Please welcome, Fatima
Yes,
Ali.
and what are we cooking here today?
I don't like you too much because you walk in on my shows only when there's food to be had.
And
I must tell you, only when it's chocolate. She did this to me last night.
And you know what? And last night when I walked in, honest truth, last night when I walked in, I didn't know that it was going to be chocolate brownies with salted popcorn.
Oh, wow.
Didn't know that. And I didn't know that we have this. What is it? A mousse, chocolate mousse?
No baked chocolate mousse tart.
Oh my word. Can you believe it? Can you see the chocolate calls me?
No, I think you had the,
Chocolate
you had
calls
the
me.
memo.
All right, so you just want to fold it in until it's all mixed together.
Lovely. And it seems so simple.
Very easy.
Very,
It's
very
quick
simple.
and
Simple
easy.
recipe. It's
So
something
even
you want
if you
to watch.
even if you are one of those women who literally have to do 10 things at the same time,
You can do
do this just in a jiffy. Fantastic.
I was
can
making
do.
this yesterday with 2 small children, and I managed.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful,
doable.
wonderful. So that's all that you do, and when you serve it how?
So we've got a ready-made one here.
Oh, lovely.
So-
Now, you know, whenever we cook, you must know we have
You
to
are not allowed to lick my bowl.
You have to
This is mine.
Oh, what? I mean, how else are you going to taste it if you don't lick?
Quality control.
Quality control.
So we've got our finished pie here, and what I've done is I've decorated it with toasted flaked almonds
Oh,
and
that's
a little bit of
beautiful.
cocoa powder.
Wonderful.
But you can use chocolate-coated coffee beans, candied orange peel. I mean, anything you want to. You can, or you
So
can leave
just
it
talk
plain
us
as
through
well.
the steps. So after you've incorporated the mousse
The
and you spread it over
and I put
the
it
base.
into the pie base. Then you put it into the fridge.
And how long does
in
it
an
take?
hour or
Within
two,
an
it'll be
hour.
firm.
So that's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, very quick and easy.
I saw that. I saw that.
It was hanging over. I didn't want for it to fall. See, it's going to fall.
Oh my lifesaver! Thank God. What would we do without you? And then we pop them in the fridge and voila.
And then it's done. Super easy.
Wow! Doesn't this look amazing, Mr. Cameraman? Can you get this tart for us?
Have a look at this.
Maybe
one,
I can
yeah.
also carry it around for them to see. Is it okay?
No, it's going to be carried away.
I won't carry it away. I promise I won't.
Yes,
I
you
won't.
may.
I
You
won't.
may.
There we go. There we
So
go.
you can find
Oh,
the recipe
look
on
at that.
cupcakesandcouscous.com.
Isn't that just
and
fantastic?
Please visit, subscribe.
Very, very
and
nice. Huh?
There's loads of
Please
great recipes.
subscribe
nice.
to Cupcakes and
Baie
Couscous.
lekker. Maar hulle gesê kan nie proe nie. Even.
Thank you, Teresa. That was a beautiful
Lovely.
recipe. It's
Pleasure.
definitely very
No,
easy and something
okay.
I shall try. Thank
Excellent.
you.
Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some of you to the Spa Interactive Cooking Theatre this afternoon. Well, this is probably our 6th, 7th or 8th session for the weekend. And I'm very happy and proud and honored to be hosting Hugh here this afternoon once again. And with me is the lovely Zora Buli.
Hi.
Hi and welcome.
Thank you. It's so amazing to be here today. I'm very excited, and I just want to thank Cook Halal also for sponsoring this whole thing and doing it along with Spa and every other person who's been here. It's amazing.
We have some amazing sponsors
We
that
really
we
do,
shall
yeah.
speak to during the course of our
Yes.
demonstration. So, apparently we are making crepes.
Yes, we are making French style crepes today. So on my jingle on Radio 786, I said pancakes, but I refined a little bit more to use crepes instead. So the basic ingredients are exactly the same. We've got flour, eggs, milk, some salt, melted butter, and a tablespoon of sugar. So we're going to be starting with that, and then we're going to be moving on to making a coconut sugared filling that I usually have in Ramadan every single year. So that's going to be the filling for the crepes as we go along.
Okay, so let's get started with
So we're going to get
the
started.
crepes.
So the first thing the best thing about this entire recipe is that you can add everything together at the same time, and you don't really need
Yes.
you don't need to do anything separate. You don't even need to sift the flour. So I'm actually just going to add 1.5 cups of
1.5
flour.
cups. It's this cake flour, right?
This is normal cake flour.
Yes.
So that's going to go in. And just a little quick tip, if you...
Hello to my little niece.
Oh, cute.
Yes.
So just a quick tip, if you want to sieve but you don't have one with you, just use a whisk and go through it lightly. It'll take all the lumps out immediately, so you don't have to go through that extra washing process.
Right.
It's a lot easier. And then I'm going to use 4 eggs. They're a lot, but it makes a huge difference. I left one out once and that wasn't a good time. so we don't leave anything out.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use...
And does that add to the softness?
It does. It makes it a lot lighter and
Texture.
fluffy, and it makes it aerates while you whisk, so
Right.
it makes it very light. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we're
and
going to
into this
add.
we're adding our
Yes. Now we're going to add 3 tablespoons of butter,
3 tablespoons of melted butter.
all melted up, and then just a pinch of salt. It brings out the flavor, so we're going to use that. Tablespoon of caster sugar
Caster sugar. And then we're going to whisk it all together.
and the milk.
And the milk.
And
all
the
right.
milk.
And how much milk are we adding
So this
to
is just 1 cup. I need 1.5. So I'm
Okay.
just going to add a little bit more.
So it is 1 cup of flour to 1.5 cups of milk.
1.5 cups of flour.
1.5.
cups
Okay,
of
so it's
milk.
equal quantities of
Completely
flour
equal.
and milk. All
Yeah.
right.
So that is literally it. And now we are going to whisk our lives away for this thing.
Okay, so we're also getting a workout during this.
This is exactly a
process, it would
cardio
appear,
workout, literally. And you want to try and get as many of the lumps out as possible.
Because you want a smooth crepe, and that's
As
what the crepe
smooth as
is,
possible,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
So
And the crepe is actually a very thin layer.
thin, yes. It's completely different to a pancake. A pancake is actually, the difference between the two is that a pancake has a rising agent.
Yes.
So your baking powder, your baking soda. A crepe is a lot lighter, and it doesn't have those at all. Like, so that's how it stays as flat as it does. So that's that. I mean, that literally took like 5 minutes.
Yes, it did.
So this is finished. And now
And
we're
one
gonna.
always thinks it's such a long process, hey?
No, it's really easy, and I think in Ramadan as well, we like to use, or rather make things that are really simple.
Yes.
So I find this to be a very simple recipe, and it makes so many that you can actually just
I was
keep
just
them.
about to ask you, how many does it yield? more
Yeah,
or less?
this one is about, I mean, if you're making them an average size, then about 12 you can get out of it. But I like to make them really big because I like rolling them up. So
Right.
it kind of just depends on what you want.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we're going to let this sit on the side for a little bit and just let it set itself.
And while
in the
it's setting?
meantime, in the meantime, we are going to make some coconut sugar. So I have
What are we using for this?
Right, so this is desiccated coconut, caster sugar, and water. So I just used a cup for this one of desiccated coconut sugar, coconut rather. Yeah,
So
just
1
put
cup
it on.
of coconut. Yes.
So that this will just be on a medium heat, and this will be
Yes.
boiling through while that's being fried, so it can all
Okay.
go. I put a whole cup of water, but you don't actually need a whole cup. I'm just going to use about half.
So what do you want this consistency to be like?
Yeah, so it's going to be a bit tough. It's not going to be too liquid, because otherwise it's going to sog out the whole crepe, and you don't want that. So it's a nice bit of a stiff texture that you're looking for. And if it gets a little bit brown, that's actually better. It brings out the color and the flavor a lot more. So that's that. So now this is just going to sit
Sit here for on a
a
medium
little bit, yeah.
heat.
You can even
Okay.
put it a little bit higher,
There we go.
and it will just cook through really nicely while we're frying the crepes off.
All right.
Right.
And is that quite a process, the frying of the crepes
No,
process?
that's the easiest
Is
part.
that
I
the
usually
easiest
just
part?
like even use my fingers and I just flip it over.
Oh, wow. So we have to see this.
Yeah. See, that's already boiling, so
I
that's
see.
very, very quick. Like, it doesn't have to be. You can just kind of
So
just
we can leave it there
Yeah.
for-
What you want
alright.
is the water to essentially evaporate completely out. You don't really want it to be too watery at all.
Right.
So we're just going to let that cook for a little bit. Also,
So we'll
gives-
keep an eye on you.
We will keep an eye on you. Yes.
All right. Let's move over this side.
In the meantime, I'm actually going to do this. I just use a ladle to make my crepes. It gives it
So
a
let's
perfect
just
consistency.
Pop it on over here.
Yes.
And what kind of heat do you want this to be on?
This can be medium as well. I just use a spray cook. It removes the whole oil aspect of it, and I don't like my crepes to be too oily. I'm trying to. The other thing you can do without adding caster sugar is you can just add xylitol
Yes.
if you really want to.
And it's equal quantities of
It's
replacement,
It's complete,
xylitol and,
yeah,
and
it's
caster
complete
sugar.
1-to-1, so you don't have to worry about that at all. So I'm just going to lightly spray this,
Yeah.
and then when it heats up nicely, you can add it. I always find that the first pancake is the dud.
Yes.
So that's for me the thing.
And we'll just give you a bit of
yeah,
a
it's boiling
splash.
really nicely. Obviously, when there's no water in, that's when it's completely done. So I kind of like to leave it on this temperature.
So in this picture. Okay, so
Yeah.
if the camera guy can just come over here.
Have a
and
look.
have a look, and this is how it's boiling, and all of this water she wants evaporated so
Yeah,
that we
so
have a
it's
nice
nice and
stiffish
crumbly.
consistency, but it's not too sugary either.
Yeah, perfect.
All right. So you sit over there, and let's
That's
go
gonna
on
go.
to frying the crepes.
And now these should be, this pan is nice and warm. I always find that the first crepe is like the dud crepe.
Yeah.
Like it never works.
So cameras off for the first
For
one.
the first one, I like to just give it a break. because I think it's sort of still setting.
Yes.
And everything in it is new. The pan hasn't been used yet.
So we're using about a half a ladle.
I might even
Slightly
use less
more.
than this.
Okay, let's
actually,
just
because
see.
the whole point of it is to
So we twirl it around, do we?
the whole pot, yeah, as much as we can. So that's why I said, you see, it doesn't have to be too big, it doesn't have to be too small. It kind of just depends what you want it to be. So that's going to cook through, and
Yes.
then we are going to flip it. Where's my little spatula? I'll use that one.
Here's
yeah.
your spatula.
That's fine, yes. So you'll know when it's done, when the edges sort of peel away slowly from the pan, and that's when it's kind of finished. Usually
Okay.
I just, will take my hand and just do it, but maybe not this time.
Not
And
for the camera.
Not for the camera, but it should be nice and light, and you don't want the bottom to be too dark, so you just have to keep watching it, and it'll be quick. You can make this whole thing in about 10 minutes. It's a very, very quick recipe.
Oh, wow.
And that should be done-ish almost. Can you see it's already getting crumbly?
Yeah, it has advanced here.
It is advanced. Things are happening. So I would kind of leave it at that, to be honest.
So do you want to leave it at that
Yeah.
temperature as well?
I think that's perfectly
just-
fine. I'm going to leave it on 1.
Okay.
But
Just keep
otherwise, it doesn't actually have not much more step, and we're kind of done now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's done.
So that's
So
finished.
it's just keeping warm?
Yes.
Right.
So that's next. So what we're going to obviously
this
do when
guy
this is
over
done, yeah, we're going to scoop it on. So this, you can kind of just peek underneath, and it flips really, really beautifully. And it's
that looked easy enough.
It rises
Oh, it's
itself
fluffing
as
up on
well,
itself,
and
yes.
we haven't even added an agent. Do you know what I mean?
yes,
So
rising
it's
agents.
quite simple. And yeah, so this will obviously yield quite a few, and they'll be done very, very quickly.
Okay, so whilst you're
Doing this.
so are you going to fry some more for
I'm
us,
going to fry a
obviously?
few so that you guys can taste them. Hopefully
Great.
you'd love how they taste.
All right, so in the meanwhile, Zora has also prepared some delicious balls, which she's going to talk to us
Bliss balls.
about, and I am going to pass them around for you to taste them. And then Zora,
Yes.
can you also just explain what
Yes.
these balls are?
So
Just pop it on for the camera.
So these are carrot cake bliss balls, and they're a great little snack to have throughout the day if you don't want to eat junk while you're on the go.
So this is carrot
cake. So
carrot
there's literally
cake.
grated
Okay.
carrot in there,
So I'm going to go around.
and there's also some
Offer
dates.
some people some to taste. Yeah, Ish, are you around? Yeah.
This
Can you
needs to go down.
assist me, please, boy? So what are in these carrot cake?
So there's carrot cake in there. Carrots.
Yes.
Grated carrots, medjool dates, desiccated coconut, cranberries, a little bit of vanilla essence, and that's it. There's no flour. There's no almond flour even. And I like to have them just around the house every other day.
So it's a bit of a healthy snack.
It's a health snack, and I like snacking throughout my
Yes.
day, so I think it keeps it a bit of a healthy aspect to everything that
So
I'm
you put the
eating.
ingredients together and then what?
Blend it, and we're done. It's that quick. It's such a simple recipe.
Wow, so a hand blender?
hand blender or an actual mixer,
Uh-huh.
hand mixer, because the dates obviously have to be broken up. So you just put them, and then that's completely done. It's really, really quick.
Oh wow.
Put them in the fridge. They can last for up to about a week and a
Yes.
half.
Oh wow, in the
And
fridge?
In the fridge, yeah. So that's it, and then we can just eat them. I usually put them in the car, like I have them in a little Ziploc bag in the car.
Oh, that's an awesome
While I'm
idea.
eating.
Absolutely. What do they taste like?
Tell me they taste good.
Hey, do they? You don't have to say it's good just because she's
You
here.
have to say it's good. So this is just the coconut filling that I put in the middle.
Right.
Usually like after Tarawih, like I have like a heavy sweet tooth.
Yes.
So I like to just have these around the house in the evening at least. Even if no one is going to be eating them, the chance of me eating them is very, very high.
Well, I think crepes are a Ramadan favorite.
They
for
are.
sure.
I think everybody loves them.
Yeah.
Yes. So you would definitely have to taste.
Absolutely. It's
You
one of
have
my
to let
favorite
me know.
things in the world.
Yes. And this is a very simple recipe. I usually just put all of it in a blender. I try not to hand mix.
Yes.
And then
Because obviously the
That's
consistency
done.
will be smoother then.
a little bit smoother. I mean, I didn't whisk for too long, but it is
But it
pretty
is smooth enough,
yes.
yeah.
And obviously, the longer you let it set, the better it'll come out.
Yeah.
So I try to make mine in the afternoon, have a nap or something, and then I'll come back to it.
Okay, so you can actually store the batter in the fridge for a
Yes,
bit.
I store mine usually for maximum up to 2 days.
They must have been good because each brings me back an empty bowl.
That's good.
They're the other bowl.
Getting that? Okay, so that's it. And then I also like to use, I didn't bring it with for this specific one, but I like
Yes.
to use apricot jam as well inside. My mom loves it.
Yes, that's
it's very random, but
Yeah.
I grew up with it, so now I like it too.
And what other fillings do you use?
I actually brought along some of the cinnamon sugar.
Oh, okay.
And
Let's do a
the
cinnamon
lemon.
sugar
Just,
one.
I mean, it's just a nice standard. You know,
Yes.
most people prefer that than heavy fillings inside. So that's the one I'm going to use next. I learned how to make these crepes in London, and I was just told that it was wrong every single time.
Oh,
so
dear.
eventually, when I got it right, my chef was like, "Oh, thank God! Like you can finally make it properly."
Oh, great.
Wow, look at that.
And this
look
one's having
at
our-
that.
Our lemon juice and
Lemon juice,
cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, and we're just gonna roll it up.
And then just rolling it up as well. And I suppose we could drizzle it with some honey.
Add honey, hazelnut syrup, almond butter, Nutella.
We can
Now,
actually go
now,
wild.
Zora, tell me why the lemon juice?
Why the
Why the lemon juice?
I don't have much of a sweet tooth, ironically, so I like a bit of a bitter taste to everything that I make. So the coconut's great, but I'd probably have, like, I usually drizzle a bit of grape juice over it to give it, like,
neutralize the sweetness.
just to neutralize it. It's a bit much. That's why I said you should use xylitol inside if you don't want to use caster sugar. It would cook exactly the same, just removes that entire sweetness aspect to it. So that's why I prefer putting the lemon juice in rather than just having cinnamon sugar in it. I hope you guys like watching and hope you make a lot of crepes during Ramadan. Daily.
Definitely. And just tell us, what is your blog?
So my blog is In the Midnight Kitchen, and this recipe is actually on there at the moment.
So please subscribe to In the Midnight Kitchen, and this recipe will be shared with you on the blog.
with pictures, with how to do's, everything.
Oh, awesome.
Yay! Thanks for
Thank
watching.
you so much. Thanks for being an amazing audience. Shanaaz, please come and have yours.
I'll have it now. You know what is most amazing is that these young people are really taking the country by storm. Whether they do it right in the midnight, there's Amara as well, and you know, these youngsters are just amazing. So do yourself a favor, log on to Cook Halal, www.cookhalal.com. All their recipes, or most of their recipes, is on there. Don't forget it's Ramadan. You have to have new recipes. You're looking at healthy recipes. That's where you go to Cook Halal.